What's up, guys? We're back again for another Marvel Puzzle Quest video, and we have a character update. I love these. You know, gives me a chance to go back to use some of the old characters. So we got 4-star Jubilee here, X-Men. Oh, it's gonna be live by the time I upload this. So let's just get into her abilities. Since it's gonna be live when I upload this, we'll just go into making teams with her later. But let's see. Jubilee, Uncanny X-Men, heart of the team. It's a passive. Damage buff is unchanged, but added an additional binary choice. The ability. Oh, my mouse is not working. The ability now raises. Let me see. The ability now raises damage statically as before, or up to 100, 150, 200, 250, 300%, whichever is higher. Also, number of charged tiles to enable this for allies is reduced at level 3 and 5. The only two viable levels in an ability. Alright, the ability now reads passive. Okay, Jubilee's bubbly personality and never-ending optimism inspire her team to do their best. Whenever Jubilee makes a match, if she has less health than the target, matches deal 213 or 100% bonus damage. That's pretty crazy. You can basically go up against characters that have higher health than her, which is like the majority of 4-star land. It's like 40-50%, like half maybe, and just get free damage with her matches, which is pretty crazy. Whichever is higher. Okay, so if there are at least 4 charge tiles on the board, this also applies to her allies. So her allies get the extra damage as well. If there's charge tiles on the board, they get to deal the extra damage. That's pretty crazy. That's actually pretty nuts. You're giving one passive ability to the entire team, like for free, basically. So if you're losing, you just get an advantage, which doesn't make sense, but it makes sense. All right, so level 3, level 5, 342 or 200% damage. 3 charge tiles needed. Max 270 to 666 damage. Level 4, 250 or 494 damage or 250%. Max 963 damage. You're almost getting 1,000 match damage if you're lower health than the enemy. So she's gonna make her Crash of the Titans easy. And that's like the lowest match damage in 5-star land is going to be basically added on to this ability to your 4-star characters, which I'm assuming you want to make with X-Men characters. Like, you make the team with X-Men characters, right? Level 5, 746 or 300% damage. 2 charge tiles needed. Max 1,454 damage. Whoa. That's crazy. Okay, so maybe pair her with America Chavez just for this ability, just to match damage. Maybe you could start going into 5-star land without going into 5-star land with 4-star characters with match damage, because that's why, I mean, 4-star land's not slow, right? 3-star land's pretty slow, but it's fun. 4-star land is more, you need a team to just deal massive damage right off the rip instead of having to wait to build the team's combo up, which is also fun. But this right here, you just match damage right out the gate. You know, pick your poison, go up against it, and GG's, match damage. The idea of this ability is really cool, as Jubilee can bring the team together and get them to react to more powerful foes if there are enough charge tiles. In practice, it was nearly impossible to keep up the charge tile requirement. I mean, I don't really think it's impossible, because there's a lot of characters that throw out charge tiles, 5-star land and 4-star land, even 3-star Gambit and 3-star land. Broken Circle just needs to hire me already. They just need to hire me. I'm sorry. I play this game 24/7, literally, and okay, not literally, but I play it 24/7, and like I don't really think the charge tile upkeep is difficult. It really isn't. Okay, so requirement, and the damage bonus quickly started falling by the wayside as Jubilee leveled or you started moving into 5-star land. Oh, that's what they're talking about. I should have just finished reading it. But it's not really that hard to keep up because you could still make her lower health and you could still take the advantage of that. But I get what they're saying. Adding the secondary damage bonus possibly makes it possible for Jubilee. Bonus possibility. Okay, not possible. Possibility makes it possible for Jubilee to add a strong bonus to underleveled or lower health 5 stars to punch above their weight. So she's basically, you pair her with 5-star Professor X and it's GG's. His match damage is already pretty good. It's a little bit above average. But when you hit that match 4 and you deal that 8 to 9k, maybe even 10k if he's like level 480 or something, you know, 490, like he's literally going to demolish teams with just her passive ability. And then not only that, you just add like Onslaught or Shang-Chi. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. I'm glad that this doesn't say specifically, you know, this specifies only X-Men characters. But this ability is pretty good. I'm putting this one at 5. I don't care. This one's gonna be at 5. It's just too broken. It's a passive nonetheless, so you don't even have to do anything. Just make matches. I'd probably use PvP Simulator, Professor X, America Chavez, and Jubilee just to test it out. Like, that seems pretty broken. Oh, and Iceman, actually. Alright, so we're going to go to Light Show. 10 purple AP, minor change. The ability now changes surrounding tiles into green, purple, or yellow tiles instead of completely random tiles. Okay, first off, let me state this. Like I was saying in my other videos, they need to change this ability because the randomness of it makes no sense. You're never going to get any cascades out of it. Nothing's ever going to happen. The randomness of these abilities being like that is not good. Make it to where it does one thing guaranteed or multiple things guaranteed to possibly get matches and or cascades out of it. Make the ability work. Don't just throw the ability out there to be random, unless it's throwing out like a special tile, like a sap tile or something, you know, to where you're guaranteed one of the 3 sap tiles. This, like, the whole randomness of Light Show was so absurd, so annoying to me. I'm glad that they finally changed it to what I actually wanted them to. Obviously, they didn't do it because of me, but it just needed this change. Big time. Just the first part of this sentence is just like amazing to read. Finally, you get to use this character to her full potential. Like, it's just amazing. It just amazes me. Alright, yellow tiles instead of completely random tiles. The idea of rainbow transformations made thematic sense. I get it. They did make thematic sense because of the whole, you know, hey, I'm gonna throw firecracker beams or whatever out and it's gonna change into those colors but random, you know, and it's not gonna make any sense but it's gonna look cool, which, I mean, it did look cool, but like, it still sucked. It wasn't good. It was, you never really wanted to use this ability, only basically for like the stun, right? Like, that's it. Was it this ability that stunned? It had to have been, I think, right? Yeah. Wait, was it? I'm probably mistaken her for another character. It's purple. Oh, I am Spider-Gwen. Okay. Well, anyways. Oh, wait, no, this ability did stun. It did. Okay, so, but it hardly ever created matches or cascades. See, that's what I'm talking about. Hardly ever created matches or cascades. Literally, they're taking the words right out of my mouth. Not literally, but you get what I'm saying. Making it largely useless in practice. Very useless, even in her Crash of the Titans. This turns it into a bit more of an AP engine. So she's basically a battery. They should have still lowered it to 9. I don't care. They could have had her Light Show and Roman Candle at 9. For her abilities, while keeping the stuns and direct damage intact. Okay, so they just changed the tile the tile changing, they made that more consistent, which is amazing. Another thing, I wish they would have let you choose what you would have changed them to. Minor change, the ability to now changes surrounding tiles into green, purple, or yellow tiles instead of completely random tiles. So they should have made, like, what would have been cool is if you're basically making a square when you use this ability. You choose one tile and you make a square around it. Well, let's say you wanted to choose green. You choose a green tile on the board, it turns that tile green. Like, it's like they should have just done that. And if they did, my bad. Alright, so Roman Candle, last one. Fixed scaling damage on the ability, raising it for levels 2 through 5. Made the ability deal team damage at an earlier level. Added an affiliation-based passive. Ooh. The ability now reads, Jubilee fires a volley of energy blasts at her enemies, disarming them. Creates 2 charge tiles. Prioritizing enemy, strike, attack, or protect tiles. So, a counter to Polaris. I'm always going to mention the Polaris counter. Like, always. They're never going to nerf her, which is fine, because she's easy to kill. She's easy to beat. Right? But, and one thing, if they do nerf Polaris, like, I would say like 30-40% of the teams that people use with Polaris. Actually, let me take that back. 100% of the teams that people use with Polaris are going to be, like, the whole meta is going to go downhill. And it's just going to be Jane Foster, Shang-Chi, Immortal Hulk, Chasm, Hitmonkey. You know, it's just going to be crazy. Alright, attack, strike, attack, protect tiles. If there are at least 5 charge tiles on the board, that's too easy to do. Deal 574 damage to the enemy team. Max, you deal 1,118 damage. Okay, so Jubilee fires a volley of energy, blasts at her enemies, disarms them, creates 2 charge tiles, prioritizing. And okay, so you remove enemy strike, attack, protect tiles, and you deal AoE damage. This is basically like counter ability, I guess you can say, right? You counter sap tiles. Alright, so level 3 to level 5. Level 3, 1,033 damage. Always deals damage. Creates 3 charge tiles. Max 2,012 damage. Level 4, 1,492 damage. Max 2,907 damage. That's pretty good for 4-star land. Level 5, 2,411 damage. Creates 4 charge tiles max. Creates 4 charge tiles. Max damage is 4,696 damage. So I like the way they added the damage on it, like more damage, and it's basically like you don't have to expect this to deal a million, gabillion, jillion, you know, damage, right? Damage is perfect. What I like about it is it removes enemy special tiles. I'd rather have it do that than actually deal damage, in my opinion. I'd rather have it remove more special tiles, so she has an actual fighting chance. You remove this, you use this, remove special tiles, and then use basically her yellow to just match damage the enemy away, which is really fun. Alright, so what does this say at the bottom? As it stands, this ability is either a 3-point dump ability that will never get used. Yeah, level 3, I mean, like, you basically, before I read this, you basically only use this to feed your charge tile using characters. Black Bolt, Jane Foster, Ironheart, Lockjaw, 4-star Jane Foster, Loki Alligator, you know, Throg. You basically use this ability to feed them, and even then, even then they have better charge tile abilities. And then this basically is only going to be used to remove enemy special tiles, which there are other abilities better than this. So I'm just going to put her at 553 because that's what I had her at before. Even though this does deal AoE damage, I just like the match damage better. And I like the stun and the creating of, you know, yellow, purple, or green tiles on the board with her purple, you can you can basically use her as a battery, and you know, she can enhance your teammates' match damage. So basically, this character is a support character in my opinion. She's not really a damage dealer. She's a support character. She removes enemy special tiles. She increases your whole team's match damage, and she generates AP. She puts AP on the board for your team. So basically, use her with 5-star Professor X, and you got those free 5-star matches. And Professor X generates, let's say you don't even have to use purple. You can put his purple at 3. I know that's one of his best abilities, but this is just that for him to tank with her on the board, and you can use Rogue as well. Like, she's just a support character in my opinion, and it's really, really good. A really good one at that. Alright, so ability with lower than normal scaling. This is due to the fact that it either damages all the time at level 5, or takes 5 charges, or takes 5 charge tiles at level 1 through 4, which is hard to get in 4-star land. It's not difficult to get in 4-star land, but it's like, takes a little bit longer. Add to that, there are many other strong green AoEs. For instance, Red Hole, one of the very first ones, and he's just still good. Green AoEs out there. And almost every Jubilee uses this as a dump ability, pretty much. With this improvement, it makes the ability a decently powerful AoE for its AP cost. Creates some charge tiles to keep up her yellow, and adds a potentially very powerful synergy with other X-Men teams. Her passive, I didn't read it, it's up here. Passive, at the start of the turn, for each X-Men on the team, create a charge tile up to number of X-Men on the team. So so she counts as an X-Men because it doesn't say other X-Men. It doesn't say for every other X-Men. It says for each X-Men on the team. So her, let's just throw a team together. Her, Rogue and 4-star Cyclops. She's getting those charge tiles out on the board, and it's like that's literally free 3 charge tiles on the board, and it's like GG's, you know. Like, she's just a support. That's basically all it is, right? All right, so let's go back up to this real quick. Team damage, earlier levels, blast, enemy, creates 2 charge tiles, prioritizing enemy strike, attack, projectiles. If there are at least 5 charge tiles on the board, deal 500. Okay, so you're basically going to get 3 out of the 5 every turn. You're just going to put charge tiles on the board. Ridiculous. You get 2 free charge tiles if you want to use her with Jane Foster, 4-star, just make her like a mini 5-star Jane Foster and just GG's, right? I'm just going to put her at 553 for now. I really don't care about the Roman candles. I mean, maybe 535, maybe 355, ignoring the match damage. Or 535, ignoring the battery, ignoring light show, and just putting her Roman candle at 5. She's just a support character in my opinion. Like, no real damage. She's a battery support character, stat tile remover. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's really nothing more you can say about her. The buffs are good. The rework's pretty good. I like it. That's pretty much it. Pair with X-Men characters is that simple. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. As always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. MPQ is life. I'm out.